through the internet.
But that's all right. It's me and you. We got a special kind of friendship.
Special kind of friendship.
I'm not your friend.
Not your friend.
Sure you are.
Sure you are.
Fishing buddy?
Fishing buddy?
I did not hit her. I did not.
I did not. Oh, hi. What's his name?
Oh, hi, Gary.
Oh, hi, Gary.
Oh, hi, Mark.
You know, that was his initial reaction. I slipped in a bathroom and hit the sink because I had water dropping from the ceiling. First reaction from Gary was, God, I'm so glad you're not here.
Yeah, I'm so glad you're not here. I would get blamed for that. But then hold on. Then I leaned into it and I said, you need to start telling people that I did it to you virtually.
Dude.
That I reached through the internet and smacked you in the face. She's got a black eye, guys. She has a black eye.
No,
allow
wait a minute.
me.
Is she cheating on you with a black guy?
Yeah, black guy.
No.
Dude, my wife, she put intraocular lenses. So of course, after the surgery, she looked like a raccoon. All this side, her eyes were not so. And those hematomes would last for 2 weeks. After the first week, we went out to buy new beds, and she's always with her sunglasses. And we're in the store, and there's a low light condition, so she could be. She feels more comfortable. We're talking to the salesman, and she takes out her glasses and nonchalantly, and oh my God, the guy's gonna think I beat her. And I started to smile. And she said, why are you so smiling? Because you have just painted me as a wife beater.
Yikes.
Look down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ocular. Intraocular.
Ocular.
At least this time I did it to myself. My first black eye was given to me by my cat Loki.
Jesus.
Running between he ran between my feet and I tried to catch the door frame of the bathroom. I didn't have my lenses in. I caught it with my face.
I have to say something really quick. You and Keith need to learn how to split words up better. It's Black Hawk and it's Black Eye.
That's what
you
I
say it too quickly. You say it too quickly. And it really sounds like you're saying black guy.
Because I want to get my sentence out before you start talking.
There's a skit I was somebody introduced me to.
Well, Gary,
there's this guy who's like the guy from the not The Office, from Office Space. Where's my stapler? The stapler.
Oh yeah,
guy?
Milton.
Okay. Milton. So there's this guy who walks in the door. There's the office manager. She's a black girl, and another guy talking. And he opens up the door. Is like, is there a black person in here? It's like, what? Is there a black person in here? It's like, what the fuck? It's like, is there a black purse in here?
Oh.
He comes in. It's like, is there a black person here? And the office manager's like, I'm black. It's like, no, I know you're black, Wendy. It's like, but is there a black person here? Oh my God. You need to see it.
No, I get it. I totally get it. And it is funny in my head. I told you about that. I laugh at things in my head. I don't always outwardly laugh. Something has to catch me so off guard, I will laugh out loud. And
I will do my best, Gary.
Pope Metallicus.
I'm sending you an invite, Pope.
No, I'm asking if he wants a vote. I invite. I don't know. So
don't care. I'm sending it anyway. He
can
refuse.
Yeah. Funny how?
Yeah, chat is working again and Gambit is quoting the whole movie.
You think I'm here to amuse you? Joe Pesci is so great in this movie.
By the way, I think that is the best scene to depict how real mafiosos treat each other.
Yeah.
They always
busting your
check
balls.
each other.
Yeah.
No,
Busting balls.
it's not just breaking your balls. It's actually checking you. If you fall into the trap, people might not be wanting to like do crimes with you or associate with you at all. If you can't, take it. It's so goddamn weird. It's so weird.
Now, I had an interesting question, by the way, Meph, during this movie. Why does he have so much mascara on? And I said, the reason why is because the guy playing Henry Hill, just lost him, Ray Liotta. So Liotta has very thin eyelashes. They're not like overly abundant. And you're supposed to pay attention to his gradual physical decline into the third act. And the way they pulled that off is adding a little mascara to his eyelashes to make his eyes, the blue in his eyes, not pale out his body. So they, his face. So they put mascara around his eyes in the movie. And then as we move into third act, it goes away. And then comes back as we near the finale because he gets
sober. Yeah.
Hi. First of all, I haven't said hi to everybody. So hi, Snorty. Snorty was first in the house. Penny. Hi, Penny. And then Gambit dropped in. And let's see who else is in there right now.
Some anima confused.
Slasher Fred is here. Slasher Fred. And Davey Dredd is here. What's up, Davey Dredd? Yeah, we're going to be talking about this movie. I'm a big fan of this film. Let's see. Pope is in the show now. D Bud Martin is here. Look at that. Hey, D Bud. And let's see. Anybody else pop in?
Shirley.
James is here.
Oh.
And Shirley Levasseur popped in. Let's see. I swore I saw Jamie. Didn't I see Jamie?
Yes, Jamie.
Yeah,
Jamie's
he's
here
here.
too.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. Because I don't know what's going on now. Now you can't pause the chat over here. I tried to pause it on somebody so I could look at it, and it zips upward. So they did some changes. They did some fucking shit.
Why did YouTube always change that and always make it worse?
It's StreamYards. It's not YouTube.
Oh, well,
no, it's YouTube.
It could be either one.
It's
What do you mean?
both.
Yes, you can. You can pause the chat on
Meth.
YouTube.
Well, yeah, maybe, but what we're talking about,
Yeah,
not
I'm
being
doing
able
it.
to talk. All three of us,
I wanna
all
do
three
it
of us
here.
were blocked on YouTube on Wednesday.
Babatunji! Hey, man, how are you?
Babatunji's here. I was trying to say hi to him. Y'all motherfuckers just keep talking. Take a breath, bitches.
Oh, you're the one to fucking say that, huh?
Well, I'm
Yeah,
the host.
right?
Thank
I'm
you.
the host, motherfucker.
I know, that doesn't stop me from calling you out on
Yeah,
it.
drop and beat your face.
Oh, I wish you could make me, but you can't.
Let's see. Reed's here too.
That is a nice t-shirt, my man.
And there's John. John Whitaker is here. And of course, our buddy Reed's here too. It's good to see you guys. Yeah, I'm trying to pause it here and it won't pause. It just keeps like the minute I put it here to pause so I can highlight that.
You need to scroll up a little and then it stops.
It's
You know what?
Nope,
Anima,
it's still
in a
moving
weird
on me.
twist of fate, I'm also blocked. I checked it on Wednesday.
Oh. Well,
yeah,
done.
but they fixed it.
Okay.
They
Our
said
guys
they
can talk
fixed
again, so can I. Well, our guys are talking again, and they couldn't on Wednesday. Chat, I was really quiet.
Oh, okay. I
And
was going
all
to say,
three of
most
us-
of the time when YouTube says they fixed something,
No, they
didn't
obviously did.
actually fix it.
Because everybody is talking again, and we can post again too. Because we were all.
I
blocked
forget.
on Wednesday.
There's another German word from Germany that I can't remember what it is. That I watched that video of that guy that he's a punk, and he's talking about German words that other people don't use, and he says, and we do this, and they're very long words, and
Well,
he says
that's the
this
German
one was
language.
created for people who come in to fix something that wasn't broken, but then after they fix it, it doesn't work. And
Scheisse are called government employees.
And Scheisse was in the name. Scheisse was in the name.
But since this guy's from northern Germany, I wouldn't be able to guess even because they're so different from us when it comes to language.
Well, you watched that one with me earlier.
Yeah.
I think my answer is really the correct one, that we just call them either government employees or bureaucrats.
Well, bureaucrat, absolutely is a pointless person. Today's word, once again, is ocular. Ocular. There will be a test later. Ocular. So, hey.
I might be the only one on the panel that knows what that means. And given that I'm the Marine, that's sad.
Which one? Which word? There were a lot of words there. Oh, ocular. Well, I know
the word ocular. What the fuck?
I'm just shitting on you. Like, come on.
I know.
Just shut up, Pope, and eat your goddamn crayons.
I don't have any blue ones left, and I'm mad about it.
I know.
So go eat the pink ones. Go eat
the blueberry. I think he was going for the blueberry flavoring.
No.
Best lie.
Tobacco flavored crayons.
The best lie to tell a Marine is the pink ones are pussy flavored.
Well, but see, the blue ones are my favorite because they taste like Windows.
They taste like Windows. I have to order them alphabetic. Yeah.
You will have to settle for the paint chips.
Now go home and get your fucking. Oh my God, Billy Bat and. Look,
go home and get your shine box is one of the best fucking insults.
It really happened
because it's either going to start a fight or they're going to laugh hysterically, and that's going to be the end of it.
And it's true because Billy did say a lot of the stuff they have him say in the film. The big difference is the incident was over 2 separate nights.
Yeah,
in the movie, it's one night. And they changed that. They did a lot of stuff that was changed. But I got to be honest with you, it really helps with the film. It does some really cool shit to the story. I gotta
say that's one of those, man tests that we do of like, if you tell someone to go home and get their fucking shine box and they leave, they're a bitch.
Put that back up.
Like, if they go home and get their shine box, or if you tell them to go home and get their shine box and they throw a punch at you, now you're dealing with a real dude.
It is.
Thank you.
It's all a part of the check game that is happening all throughout the movie. But the thing about the stuff that happened and they just condensed it into just one incident, it had to be done because the Billy Bats Tommy thing was a thing.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just about him trying to like banter or just break his balls. Literally, the guy was in jail. Tommy took over his territory and then he got out of jail and expected everything to go back into normal. And Tommy was like, fuck this. But it's over the course of a few months. So it's a really long buildup and you can't really do it in a movie, even in a 2.5 hour movie. You can't really do that. So condensing it into one occasion, which actually accentuate the fact that Tommy was fucking nuts. It does two things. It both gets you where you need to go in the story, and 2, it actually accentuate one of your character's traits that you're just hammering to the audience. This is Tommy. This is how crazy it is, which brings you to the end where Tommy gets fucking whacked. You're like, oh, of course that's why.
Although that is how it happens in the military too. Like if you get hit as a squad or team leader and you're down for any length of time, you're not the team leader anymore.
Yep.
Because
hey guys,
they needed someone to step in and
I need to address Connie Cleary is a new member.
Hey,
and we knew that. We actually knew that the other day, but it's still showing it. And we're so grateful to Connie. Connie's been around for a while. Love you, Connie. And then John Whitaker, 77, is new to the channel. Welcome to the channel. You're going to get a lot of love from this channel because we do a lot of focusing on our chat. And, the main reason I like doing this at all, doing these shows, is because I like interacting with you guys. So
usually insultingly, but occasionally we'll, throw you a bone.
Because it's going to happen during this stream. We're going to shit all over Gambit.
Oh God, yes.
Lovingly though.
Do that like Michael Jackson did on South Park. Lovingly. Anyway, because we love
being ignorant.
Stop being ignorant. That's ignorant. You insulted him a little bit.
Only a little.
Yeah, that is where the little bit comes from. By the way, when you see actors that or comedians that impersonate Robert De Niro, it's the little bit in this movie that led to them go little bit, and it's just from this movie. And the fact is, he did call him out.
Tom Hiddleston does a great Robert De Niro.
He does. I've heard him do it, and it's great.
It's when he looks like him too, because he does the face exactly like De Niro, gets the downward mouth, and I'm not a fucking fan of De Niro.
No,
I mean it's not like I ever was. I never really was.
He plays Robert De Niro in everything.
Well, early on in his career, I thought he deserved more acclaim for what he did. But the fact is, the better actor of the Godfather films was Al Pacino.
Oh, absolutely.
And Al Pacino finally got recognized as likely the greatest actor of the 20th century. Not going to say he is, but they said AFI, BFI both kind of said this guy really helped with the changes in cinema, the way he performed.
He's really a good actor. He has an identifiable voice, but that's about it. He plays completely different characters in a lot of the stuff he does.
Right. But getting back to this, I wanted to finish that one up is that, John, welcome to the channel. Hope you have fun, and I hope you please subscribe, smash that like button, or spank it like it did something naughty. Just spank that button a lot. And you may see in here. Oh, yes. Anima's Kitty is also part of the show, according to Tim.
Rocket Kitty.
If you can't hear it, I can do voices.
Rocket Kitty is.
By what name are you known? There are some who call me Tim.
There's that one. Hold on, Pope. Hold on. And again, a special thank you to D. Bud Martin. If not he is one of the most hardworking wrenches in all our groups. He wrenches for everybody, and he's just a wonderful guy. And I love it when he has time to come on our show because he's fun.
He's the best wrencher.
Where's Spanish video?
Oh, I don't know. It's in there somewhere.
Praise being said, Gary, go home and get your fucking shine box.
Let's see. Oh yeah, he's showing your Rumble channel.
Yep. Which unfortunately I haven't posted to in a while, but I'm trying to get that set back up.
Look, I'm not going to say that Pope is a fucktard, but I'm also not going to say he's not a fucktard.
I will be the first to say I am
Schrodinger's.
I am not just a fucktard. I am functionally retarded.
Well, Martin's right. You are Schrodinger's fucktard.
Here we go with Penny's videos.
Penny.
Sheldon.
Penny.
Sheldon.
Penny.
Sheldon.
Penny.
Sheldon.
I always love that. I don't like that show, but I always like that thing that he did. Always three knocks in somebody's name.
I mean, the way my friend put it was the best. Is that The Big Bang Theory is a stupid show, or is a show about smart people for stupid people? Futurama is a stupid show about smart people. Because they were literally talking about shit that actually came true.
Well, the problem with it is it's misleading that all nerds are like that specific personality type, and that annoyed me.
We're not
which
all
is
autistic, just most of us.
I created the group Dangerous Nerds on Facebook solely for military nerds or their family and friends to join. I started that in 2012 and it's still going. And it's one of the shows I was doing for a while because I'd get people on and interview them. And, you know, I'm going to talk shit about KGRA now. I'm not afraid of it. I don't care. They can't hurt me anymore because Don left. You know, he's doing his own thing. Most of our people have left. And I'm just going to say, I loved KGRA. I love Bill. I love the people I worked with. But the manager was a fucking idiot. And when he dropped Dangerous Nerds from KGRA, he says, we don't need a show where veterans talk about movies. I said, that's not what Dangerous Nerds was. Did you never watch it? And that proved he never watched the show. Yeah. It's like Dangerous Nerds was an interview show where we had celebrated successful military veterans.
And I remember one show I was on where you had not only me, but oh my God, I've seen movies he's in. What was that Afghan actor's name you had on that we interviewed?
Oh, Fahim. He's a close friend of mine. Yeah, he's a close friend of mine.
He's a great dude, and we had a great talk for like 2 hours.
He has become, it's really weird because like Sarah, the CIA target analyst was on Sean Ryan, she's been on our show 3 times. Like I know her personally as well as Boone because they're best friends. And I've gamed with Boone. I can't get them on the channel now. It's like she's now launched her channel. I think she has 87,000 last I checked on her channel. Let me go find it.
Well, there's another CIA analyst that recently just used people to move up in the world and lied her way to the top, and that was my current governor.
Yeah, but I don't think she did that. I wouldn't say that. I think that she is just.
I don't think any of them can be fucking trusted at this point.
Well, she is. I do trust Sarah. Sarah really has her finger on the pulse of shit going on in the intelligence community because she's still an active member of it.
Well,
but she
keep
does
in mind, they're
talk
still spies, and you can never fucking trust them.
You can trust some spies. Absolutely. Unless they're doing their job and I'm part of that job, then I wouldn't trust them. But in their personal lives, they tend to
how many operations has the CIA been running on American soil for like 35 plus years that we know?
Well, that's not the kind of agent she is. She is a target analyst. Her job is to figure out targets, find targets, and other people go do the other stuff.
And Kennedy isn't a target? Both Kennedys?
We don't
Are we talking live or dead? What are we talking about? Are you talking about
nothing?
live or
Nothing.
dead?
I had a brain fart. Nothing.
Look, man, you better be careful because like they might pull you off the. Oh, that's it. He's gone. Oh well, man. Bye, Meph. We miss you so much.
I'm just surprised we didn't hear the gunshots in the background when he accidented himself.
No, I muted myself to give myself a gunshot to the back of the head.
Gunshot to the back of the head. You should have come back up like slumped over
like
on
that,
the desk.
Or like
no, that would have been the best is if you like go off camera, no, don't mute, but have like a soundboard with like a couple of like probably 4 or 5 gunshots, and then you just come back over, slumped over the desk. It's like, well, we know we've gone too far.
You know what's crazy? Even with this great mic, if you shoot a gun or like a shotgun in this room, it would just cut off because it would be like the sound would be
too loud.
That's not surprising to me at all.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, I've fired a medium machine gun in a room the size of this.
All right. I'm going to get to some of these comments now, guys. So let's see. Rags to Riches by, Tony Bennett, by the way. I love Tony Bennett. Tony Bennett is a singer who's never sang one song the same way, ever. He sings it different every single time.
And he's also just a great dude by all accounts. From
by all
I've ever
accounts,
heard.
Absolutely. I've never heard a negative story ever about Tony Bennett.
Now,
fan experience.
No, sometimes that's a bad thing too. Of all the bad people went away.
Yeah. Yes, she's in the movie. She plays Tommy's mother.
Mom.
Yeah. And it's one of the best scenes in the film, in my opinion. I love that scene where they're sitting around the table with the guy that should be dead, Billy Batts, out in the fucking trunk of their car, having dinner with Mom.
Although I think Reed's on to like the next generation of tinfoil hat.
Who?
Reed by nature. Like MK Ultra can't affect you if you put LSD in your own water already.
Fucking Reed. Hey, Bigman's girl is here too. Babatunchi says, I need to get Home Alone Part 1 and 2 by owning it because that's how I discovered Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci.
Those great fucking movies.
Yeah, my first introduction to Joe Pesci was Home Alone.
Not me. My first was the movie Man on Fire with Scott Glenn, the 80s version.
Oh,
and
the 80s version.
Also,
he was a photojournalist in the movie. He's
10
really
years
good.
younger than you, maybe even 12 years younger than you.
Yes. So in other words, I have undigested beef in my transcending colon.
Yes.
Everybody is younger than Gary. And Home Alone was one of my first movies that I ever saw. I saw it when it hit the movies here in Austria.
And
Maybe
I think the three of us might be almost the same age. Because that was the first movie I ever saw with him in it, but I didn't know it was Joe Pesci until later.
The channel you're talking about is it's by a former Army Ranger, and he has a lot of his SF buddies on the show. And I got a kick out of their first response to Lioness. It just made fun of it, like I did. And I'm like, they have a better audience than us. And they are connected to Black Rifle. They're friends with Black Rifle Company.
That's my one problem with them is Matt Best is a fucking snake.
No, we're not going there for the channel.
True, but
I don't want to do it. I have my issues with Matt Best and personal issues that deal with somebody that I work with, and I don't like the way that person got treated. And that's all I'm going to say. I will not fucking badmouth anybody on this channel from another channel. I won't do it. Won't do it. I won't do it. And that's why I only do 2 shows a week. Anyway, there was a movie.
Sometimes
that's right. Snorty. There was a porn film that came out in the 80s, and one of my buddies fucking got it and brought it home. And he says, "Hey man, if you want to borrow it," I said, "What is it?" And he goes, "It's The Analyst." And I looked at him and went, "It says analyst. It's not analyst. That's analyst. There's an A there, not a Y." He goes,
See,
well,
there's a reason
even better. And I'm like,
there's a reason the old, Celebrity Jeopardy sketches were so funny when he says, "I'll take," I guess I can't actually say that word on YouTube anymore, but "I'll take the blanket for 500, Alex." It's like, Mr. Connery, that's the therapist.
No, that's he kind of came out of retirement to do those Snickers ads, and he's gonna be out of retirement when Mel Gibson starts shooting Lethal Weapon 5. God, I can't talk today.
Now, I have to ask, how much of that was due to how radioactive Mel was during most of the 2000s?
How much was what?
Not having Lethal Weapon?
No. How much of Joe Pesci not being in movies and them not doing?
Oh no, he was just old.
Nothing to do with him.
He's old, and he just kind of wanted to relax. He's kind of tired of that life. A lot of people don't know. If you watch the movie Jersey Boys, there's a character in that movie that helps the band get their name.
True.
And that person was Joe Pesci. So you
and
have
I didn't know if that was
Joe Pesci in that movie.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was, another kind of Rick Moranis situation where like he had family to take care of and had to go.
No, he just
because he didn't have a very long career.
Dude, he's done
20
everything
years.
he wanted to do.
About 20 years.
He was He was fat on the residuals for years. He
Oh,
came
yeah.
out of the retirement to do The Irishman for Scorsese because Scorsese like beat him into submission.
Well, not even that. I think just guys after they'd done a certain number of movies with Scorsese actually loved working with him.
Yeah.
He was just a very strict director. And that's, as a director, that's kind of how you have to be.
If you guys ever see that movie American Beauty, like Goodfellas, it opens up in the middle of a movie where Thora Birch's character is lying in bed. Yeah, I remember the film.
Oh yeah,
I'm not a fan of the film, but it wasn't like it was terrible. I mean, I enjoyed it, but I didn't think it was that great. I'm like, it's interesting.
I thought it was a great story.
James Jameson said, "Oh no, that's Anrun. Hi, Anrun. Considering he braces himself to stop from going in the oven, he must have burned his hand badly. I'm sure he did. I'm sure that they had stuff set up a certain way for him not to get burned for that scene. But I will tell you, there's a lot of improvising in this movie. It's like it just ends up in the film. Something is said a certain way. I like the movie Easy Money. He's Pesci in that film too. Pesci is in that movie.
There's a certain amount of authenticity in a lot of movies that you have to owe to the actors improvising their roles.
Yeah. Now, by the way, Easy Money, another cool thing about that flick is that Billy Joel wrote the main song for it.
Yep.
And I like that song, Easy Money. And I fucking love Rodney Dangerfield. I fucking
he is
that guy.
One of the most identifiable comics of all time, even if not one of the best, in terms of numbers or whatever. His reaction will go to, or his style of comedy will go down like Groucho Marx or W.C. Field.
Hey, Raging Bull's a great flick.
Identifiable as an imitation.
Yeah, Raging Bull's a great film, Whitaker. Good film. Pesci's great in it. Look, I got to admit, De Niro's really fucking good in that movie as Jake LaMotta. And good God, that guy was fucking violent. And
oh yeah,
but you're not dating yourself, buddy, or unless you want to date yourself. I mean, I've dated myself a few times. I'm a cheap date.
I dated myself today. What are you talking about?
Trump got taken out of Home Alone a few years back. Yeah, it's
really, they cut
so
that scene out of
for TV.
Oh, for TV. I was going to say they cut that for Netflix. That's just
if you
honestly
just
just invade Canada.
Yep. Plus, I own both of those movies, and yeah, they can do whatever they fucking want. I have the film. The movie The Great Train Robbery has one of the classic closing lines where the villain shoots at the camera. You're talking about the silent film. Yeah. And that's what that homage is at the end of this film, is Tommy was kind of a gunslinger.
And that's one thing I miss about a lot of, even up to the 80s and 90s era Hollywood stuff, is like the homages to the early Hollywood stuff. Like the 20s and 30s stuff. Like, for example, The Dark City or The Matrix with Metropolis.
Yeah.
They still do that stuff, but it takes a special.
But they don't do it well.
No, sometimes they do, and you don't notice it. And the homages, remember, everything kind of progresses with time. The 80s was 40 years ago. If you take stuff that was done
that
in the
wasn't
80s,
necessarily so much
they go back 40, 50
homage
years
to Metropolis as it was a expansion on Isaac Asimov and stuff like that from the 50s.
No, but I'm saying it takes a specific director or even actor. Like Ryan Reynolds does a lot of homages in like Deadpool and Wolverine to all of the Fox X-Men and
those
Fantastic Four and
homages.
And all
those are remember berries. Of hey, remember from this movie that I was also in?
It's not just member berries. Member berries is what usually happens, and they say it's homages. He's actually using it as a story beat or a storyline or a character development. The entire pyro thing was a
Oh, that's
full
yeah. I know what you're
circle
saying
arc.
now. Is right. Yep.
Right. You have to think of it like in terms of being too cynical with all the Marvel stuff. Actually, going into Ryan Reynolds, and he loves movies, even in stuff that now Damon and Affleck do. They find a way to give homages to other stuff that they've done or movies that they actually like. And it's in like The Accountant. You see that.
But I
in
love
Air.
ones
You
that
see
give
that
like
in other
homages
stuff.
back to like the 20s movies or the old school shit.
Yes, but you have to understand
Because that's like it's like using Shakespeare references it shows that you understand the history of your craft and that you are doing this on purpose.
Yes, but you have to remember, the farther away you go from the 20s and 30s, the homages change, because even an older director, an older producer, an older actor would be going back to his history.
I would
and you might get
disagree.
further back into maybe classics.
I would disagree because one of the most quoted men in Hollywood is still William Shakespeare.
Because it's
like
Who
quoting
wrote
a
his
Greek
last
tragedy.
All right, guys, come on. Look. You guys have derailed and taken over the show.
Sorry.
And we're not talking about the movie. We got to be cognizant of our time. I put a private message, which you guys are not fucking reading, apparently.
No, I'm not reading private messages.
I'm putting private message to everybody on the panel. It's like, come on, guys. We got to pay attention to our time. I like derailing, but we got to limit it for how long we do it, because I want to talk about this fucking movie. I love this fucking movie.
Let's go.
So just to respond to Great Train Robbery, the single thing that's like, you guys are bringing stuff up. The most important thing about that film that changed Hollywood forever was it was the first film to pan a camera.
Yep.
They didn't think you could do it, and they did it in that movie. So there you go. Done talking about that. Let's get back to this. So where the fuck are we now? I don't even know where we're at.
I don't know. You know what?
The first
Oh,
date.
this is the first date. So Hill doesn't want to be there. And he's supposed to be doing some mob shit. And he's annoyed that he's there. But Tommy's like, I never ask you for favors. I'm asking for as a favor. Come as my plus one because, she wants to bring her friend. And I don't want, I want this to be a date, not like one of those weird things. And I get it. I get that. But he's so totally not into it. And she is beautiful, by the way, and getting very fucking annoyed that he's not paying any attention to her. And that's Lorraine Bracco, by the way, fucking gorgeous lady. She was in another film that I liked that right around the same time, between that and 92, I think. She did that movie with Medicine Man with Sean Connery.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm like, for a short period, very short, narrow period, she was that it girl that everybody wanted her in there because she was ballsy the way she talked, and just played a role to the teeth. And she does that here. And she eventually, they're supposed to have a second date, and he doesn't even show up, like a prick. And she goes and confronts him, which makes him fucking really like her all of a sudden. And she's chewing him out in front of all of his friends. And
what I love about that, right after this, they have this, for the longest time, it was the single longest scene of continuous filming in a movie. And it
was just her berating him.
Yeah, they're them coming out of the car, then going into behind the club, then behind, not the club, the restaurant, then going into the guts of the restaurant, and then getting a seat. A continuous long shot,
if I'm not mistaken, isn't this the one he referred to as the Jew broad?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
Some Jew broad. And that was funny as shit. And I love that he pretends to be Jewish when he meets the parents.
And the funny, again, another trope and thing you could never do today. And this is not that long ago.
You can, but nobody does. You can do anything you want. You can do anything you want. They will just not let you do it.
Well, they'll cry and scream and fart about it, but you know.
Yeah.
I want to point something out. A lot of people don't know this, that Martin Scorsese was like weeks away from becoming a Catholic priest. And he really was a very devoutly faithful man. And if you watch a Scorsese film, you will catch it within the themes of the story, a lot of Christian, Catholic in particular, themes in the film.
Yeah.
And there's tons of them in this movie.
But that's also because he's Italian culturally, and that's where Catholicism comes from. Like their entire culture, whether they're devout or not, is strict from the Catholic faith.
Right. And I've always liked that. And
no, it's always been a charming thing.
He loves Goomba. He also loves Goombas. And I got to be honest, one of the things he loves about, you know, these Italians when they hang out in a group is the same thing that I love about military vets when we hang out in a group. Because it is absolute ball breaking talk. People trying to either one up each other with a joke or absolutely just shit on somebody.
It's the smoke pit.
Yeah.
Of we're all just sitting there ripping a butt or just hanging out, and we're all just fucking cracking on each other all the time, and it all means nothing. Unless there's something specific you've done that we want to needle you about, and then oh boy, it's on.
Yeah.
But the thing is with the mobsters, they don't just rib each other and banter. It's literally, it could be life and death. And you never know if it's life or death. Just that the spider scene where you shot him in the foot.
Mm-hmm.
And then he shoots him for real.
It could be just as fast, just with a joke. And you never know when it's serious and when it's not, because they're so deadpan in the you know, the jokes, essentially. It's like, no, you're just fucking with me.
Yeah, well, that kid gets shot for real just a couple days later. So not joking around.
Well, sometimes that shit happens too. Where, like, you know, hey, you perform like that on the next gun drill, you're going to get fucking shot. And then someday soon after, he tries to bring the gun up and gets shot. Like,
and by the way, that kid, by the way, the kid Spider is played by it's Michael Imperioli, I think is his name, from Goodfellas. There are actually a lot of people from this film in Goodfellas, including Frank Vincent, who plays Billy Batts. He's a regular. And a lot of people don't catch that the older son, when it's a few years have gone by going into the third act, Henry Hill's oldest son that he had to pick up at the hospital, he would go on to be in Goodfellas, as well as a little show that I introduced Anima to last night.
You mean The Sopranos?
Called, Sopranos. And this great series called Grounded for Life that came out in the early 2000s. And my God, that guy's a good actor. And he's the one who plays his son, Henry Hill's son, in this.
And in terms of a similar genre show, I would like to recommend to the entire audience, if you haven't seen it, a slightly earlier period piece on Italian politicking and criminality called Rome. It's absolutely outstanding.
Too much sex for Gary.
The movie looks good. I definitely have to check it out. Yeah, dude, I highly recommend it. Scott Glenn is great in that movie. How hard is it for a cop in general to go undercover for these organized crime cases that we see? Well, the guy to ask is Bo Dietl, who's in the movie. He's the cop who eventually busts. He plays the cop who eventually busts Henry Hill. And Bo Dietl is a real fucking, he did organized crime and homicide as a detective in New York. And he is such a fascinating character. I've seen so many interviews with this guy. And he was actually the technical advisor for this film on the law enforcement angle, including the FBI. And because he has worked with the FBI very closely and he knows how they work. So he was involved with this film, and he actually gets put in the movie as the guy who busts Henry Hill at the end. And
James Jameson, you were about to call it out. James Jameson also brought up Donnie Brasco, who was a real character.
He's a real person.
Unfortunately, got burned by the FBI accidentally.
And on top of that, the guy that he became friends with that got him, stood up for him, got murdered for doing it. When the day happened, he got the call that he was going to go have a meet, a sit down, as they call it. And he just looked at the bartender. He took his watch off, pulled his wallet out, and something else he put down. He says, "Would you make sure that you get this to my daughters for me?" And he went to the meeting knowing they were going to fucking kill him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that's fucking balls, dude.
I remembered something. The guy who talks to Karen and Henry after the bust, where he's already turning, he's not an actor. He's one of the crew that actually did offer Henry Hill the deal, or one of the FBI agents who actually was involved in the deal, if I'm not mistaken.
That's really cool. That's really cool because I've always wondered. My focus on this film was the real history behind it, and I've always been fascinated by it. Like, we don't know what really happened to Tommy. We don't know how they killed Maury. And the real guy's name was Klugman. I forget his first name. He's a Whig guy.
I mean, let's face it.
His wife was not killed with him. His wife's. They show her dead with him in the pink Cadillac. In real life, it was a white Cadillac. And no, they did not leave him in it. We don't know how he was killed. There are those. Well, Henry Hill says in the book that it was Jimmy who killed him. Jimmy killed him personally because he was so fucking sick of him, asking all the time, bugging him about the money. "Where's my money? Oh, yo, bitch, where's my money?" And he's like,
also,
"That's it. I'm going to fucking kill
11 Alpha, the SF guys joined in whenever we were in because, well, I mean, I was infantry. But, whenever we get together, we'd give you guys your own ration of shit for being prima donnas that don't show up until the fight's almost won, or, don't get involved in any of the hard shit."
All right, here it is. 11 Alpha is here. What is up, buddy? Good to see you. Also, Helen Place is here. Good afternoon, guys. I'm glad you're all here. Since you made the military analogy, Spider reminds me of when SF support personnel would sometimes join the bullshitting among team guys, and it was a hit or miss whether they were accepted.
Yep. Dude, based on your first couple of interactions with your new teammate, squad mate, whatever, you know whether they're going to make it or not.
Real car was what? Yeah, that's what I was just talking about, buddy. And it was abandoned. It was left abandoned, and it was found by some kids.
Oh, is that what Pink Cadillac by Bruce Springsteen's about?
No, I think it's because he was turning.
Well,
anyway, yeah. But anyway, Maury, or the real guy's name was something Klugman, I can't remember, was killed because he kept bugging Jimmy about the money. And finally, he'd had enough, and he murdered him. And then they helped him dispose of it. And that's what would happen here. Like, it was Tommy who killed Billy Bass, nobody else. It was just him. And it's one of the reasons why they weren't killed, is because they did not actively kill or help kill Billy Batts. And because even though they weren't part of the Lucchese's or part of the Gambinos, they were helpful and useful to both. And it's because of that reason that they were helpful and were not involved in the killing that they were left alone.
Although I love, this is one of the most famous mob movies in America. And in the 70s and 80s, mob movies were all the rage. And yet every one of us cheered, especially for Goodfellas, the guys from Goodfellas, when every single one of the real guys from, this story were marched into a fucking cage. Why? Because they deserved it.
I think
they earned it.
I don't remember if Jimmy got caught and sent away for life or something.
Well, they changed that in the film. They change it in the film, and it's kind of annoying because at the point where some of the things are happening between him and Henry Hill, Jimmy wasn't actually there. He was already in prison, and he died in prison.
He died in prison. I don't remember because
96.
Look, it's been a few years since I've dove into it, but I saw like
exactly right, Jamie. James said it too.
Yeah.
I
read the book a long time ago, and then I saw like an hour and a half. I think it was an hour and a half video about like the entire sort of comparing the book, the real life, and the movie together. And I found that super interesting. And they said they kind of did the comparison, and I didn't remember if Jimmy actually did go to prison and died, or somebody whacked him in connection with the Tommy, but they just waited like years later to get even.
I just remembered his name, and I'm going to post it in the chat. Almost done typing. There we go. There you go, guys. So, yeah, the guy's name was Martin Klugman. I looked it up real quick. And he was a bookmaker. He owned the wig shop, okay, and toupees and shit like that. But the fact is, he nagged him constantly. And it wasn't just from the Lufthansa heist. It was also from the earlier heist that he was supposed to get $20,000 from it. Never got it. Like, where's my money? And his constant, incessant nagging would set Jimmy off. And eventually Jimmy had enough. And when he got him alone, he killed him. The actor who played Maury.
Sorry.
That's okay. Don't worry.
You will.
Maury also played a Hasidic Jew asking Tony for a favor in an early episode of The Sopranos. That's cool. Good actor, by the way. The Public Enemy has one of the classic scenes where the gangster shoves a grapefruit his girlfriend's face, which is kind of an imitation of what happened with Jimmy Cagney in a movie where he shoved a grapefruit into his girlfriend wife's face. And it was funny as shit. Maury's wigs are magnificent.
Oh, look at this. Oh,
no. That, according to Henry Hill and other sources, the guy who pulled the trigger on Tommy was none other than John Gotti.
Yeah.
Himself. That is from, they can't confirm it. They'll never be able to confirm it. But the guys, the Goombas who came forward and said that, you can trust those guys.
Now,
they knew what they were talking about.
I want to say about organized crime in the United States, and you can see it in the Scorsese movies alone, is that look at the first Godfather movie. What was the big problem?
Drugs.
They were starting to move narcotics, and that was a no-no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a big thing with a lot of mafia movies. That
Well, they try to
actually
pretend to have. Well, my point is they try to pretend to have morals, but then you have the similar or the same families by 20 years later eagerly embracing it.
Well, look, you've got like fucking the Bull, man. He's got his own YouTube channel, vlogcast. But the big one and the best one, the one I like, is Michael Franzese.
Yeah,
and he's just like he cleaned up his life in prison because of a woman, woman changed his life and he became a devout Christian. But he talks about mob stuff openly. He's not afraid. He says, I've already been tried for these things. They can't try me again. I'm just going to talk about these things honestly. So you know, because the only way to be a good, here it is, the scene at the dinner table. I'm going to pause it for a second. But if you've never seen Michael Franzese's channel, man, you have got to check what is his name? Is it Michael Franzese? Is that the name of it? Yeah. That's it. I'm going to get it for you guys right now. Copy. This is his channel. If you like mob related stuff and stories and breakdowns of movies about the mob, this is the guy to watch.
He's the guy that if you want a breakdown of that entire exchange between Ray Liotta's character and Joe Pesci's character in the what am I using you? What am I, a clown?
Yeah,
he breaks
he
that
did. He
entire
broke
scene
that whole
down
scene down. Yes, he did.
And explains what I was lamely trying to convey, that whole checking each other out, which is on the one side like really funny and ha-ha stuff, and on the other side could be super dangerous. If you misstep for a little bit, you could literally get whacked.
By the
Especially if you're
way,
not made.
I went, because somebody just brought up The Sopranos again. I want to tell you one of my favorite stories is that Gandolfini got a phone call at home with a message. It was a message, and that was it, I think. It was either that or he got the call, took it, and they hung up on him after they said what they needed to say. He says, you're doing a good job. You're making a lot of people look good. But I'm going to tell you something right now. No made guy would ever wear Bermuda shorts. Click. Right? That's fucking hilarious. No made guy would ever be caught dead in Bermuda shorts.
And I think I've heard it on Franzese as well, that mobsters loved to actually contact the actors playing like in mafia.
Yes,
yes, they did.
And not tell them off, just
Almost
tell
as
them
a
what
form
they're
of
doing
just-
wrong.
Hold
because
on.
It's not authentic.
Let's talk about the ultimate one. I'm pausing still. I'm sorry, because I want to talk about this scene so bad. But when James Caan was playing Sonny Corleone, okay, he started like talking to these guys. They were advising him. And next thing you know, he's fucking hanging out with these guys. Next thing you know, he's going to their homes and to bars with these guys, doing shit with them. So much so that the FBI, who had no idea who the fuck James Caan was, started a fucking investigation into James Caan while he was
this
making
is
The
how
Godfather.
the mafia recruits. Is you get
Well, he's Jewish,
influential
first of all.
people and people who are in the public
He
eye.
would never be incorporated into the mob.
No, he wouldn't. But
he was Jewish.
You know,
he was Jewish.
he's
They
getting-
liked him.
But you're getting recruited at that point. Whether you say yes or not is up to you, but you're getting recruited.
By the way, to answer that one, Gambit, it actually is absolutely 100% true.
Yeah.
And it was confirmed by Brando himself when he said that he studied, he had videos of old films of Costello talking, especially during trials where there was media, and he listened to the way he talked. And that's why he talked the way he talked in the movie. Marlon Brando's character. He was imitating Frank Costello.
Well, I don't mean to, go into the interwar politics here at all, but there's also a rather large proportion of the immigration wave that came from Italy in the 20s and 30s that are from Sicily. That was basically owned by the mob, and
They were not owned, but
a lot of the reason people were looking for them was, all right, and not to give Mussolini's government any credit whatsoever for any reason, because they were basically incompetent in all levels, is they were going after organized crime.
Yeah.
And a lot of those guys that fled to America, well, guess what? They were known criminals.
Hey, Anthony Manzano is here. Hello, Manzano. How are you doing, our friend? You are loved by this panel, man. Good to see you. Alpha says, my boss was first cousin of the head of the Bonanno family. One of the 5 families. I'm glad I didn't learn until after I'd left the firm. That's interesting. I will in a moment. I'm going to tell you my personal run-in with the mob, which I did have one. But I want to talk about this scene. So let's hit play here.
And I think I know why.
This is, and remind me, Anima, to talk about what happened. And I can't say the guy's name because that's what led to the problem.
Oh, you tell your mafia story. Not me.
Yeah, I want to tell my personal run-in with that shit. So this is a great scene because the painting. The painting is my favorite part of this because in the middle of this dinner, they've got a guy that they have assumed is dead in the back of their car. And they're gone to Tommy's mom's house, and she makes some dinner, and they're all sitting around a table, yucking it up, having a good time, talking to mom. And she's
played by Mama Scorsese, right?
Yep, that's Martin Scorsese's mother. And she's wonderful in this movie. She pulls up that fucking painting, which she actually painted.
Yes.
And they brought this into the movie in such a funny way because, hey, you take out that beard, it looks just like him, doesn't it? Doesn't it? And they're talking about the dead guy in the back of the car. Billy Dad. And I fucking laughed so hard at that. And I shouldn't because that's fucking evil. But
yeah, especially when, from the opening scene, he's not quite dead yet.
He's not dead yet. Hey, Penny, you have a good time, okay? We'll see you later.
Bye, Penny.
Bye, Penny. Drive safely.
Hey, you want me to whack a guy, off a guy, whack off a guy? That's Family Guy. When he meets the Don, what can I do for you, Peter, on the day of my daughter's wedding?
Hey, so my only request for you is leave the gun and also leave the cannoli.
Leave the cannoli. Oh, look, that scene was so fucking funny and it was improvised by the fat Italian actor. He says, yeah, leave the gun, get the cannoli. What the fuck? But anyway, so I wanted to tell real quick what happened. So I grew up knowing that my dad was a soldier for the, I knew he was an army soldier too, but my dad was a soldier for a local crime boss. And I'm not allowed to say his name. I'm not even going to mention what city in Illinois this was, but it was a hard, rough town. And I just had trouble believing that my dad was this guy. He was 17 fucking years old, going out like with his partner, roughing people up for the mob to get money. I don't think he was collecting, but his job was to go beat up people, knock the shit out of them, pull pistols out on them. My dad had a gun. And basically what ended up happening with my dad was he got involved in a situation that involved a gun being shot and I do believe at cops. And they started looking for him. So my dad got a letter that said, dear so-and-so, from your friends and neighbors, you have been drafted. So my dad went straight to the draft board, told his boss and the other guys that he was going to go in the military to hide. And he went in the military, and that changed his life. When he got out of the military, no longer involved with the fucking bad shit.
And you know
what? I
think
was working at an Italian restaurant as a waiter. I fucking hate waiting. And basically,
given the option,
I'm talking to my dad, and I'm telling this guy that hired me this funny story about my dad and the guy he worked for. And I said the guy's name. I mean, this is the 1950s when it happened. So next thing you know, it was about 2 days later, I get a phone call from my father. He says, who did you talk to? And I went, what do you mean? He goes, who did you talk to that you said blank blank's name to? And I'm like, I said it to my boss. He goes, you need to shut the fuck up about that. Don't ever bring his name up again. And I never did. And I never will. That guy's probably dead now. But that scared the shit out of me. For my dad, not for me. Because somebody called my dad. That it went through my boss. He knew somebody, said it to somebody, and it went back to this group of people from that city in Illinois, back to my dad directly. And that is my one close call with the mob. And although I did, a guitarist in my rock band was Joseph Ignolia. He was a great guitarist, piece of shit as a person. But his dad was also working with them. And I won't say that guy's name or what city. Again, same city. And so I made it a point not to know anything. I said, I don't want to know anything about your dad. He goes, yeah, but my dad's going to come down. He's going to want to meet you. I said, I'm going to be gone when he comes down. I'll make sure to be absent. And he said this while he was making pasta fazool, telling me this story.
So you were
whacking guys is nothing. All right, go ahead, guys. The original muffins. What people they call themselves men of honor, power corrupts. Oh yeah, absolutely. Goodfellas premiered at the 47th Venice International Festival on September 9th. Yeah, I didn't know that, even though I read the exact same thing as you. That's odd. Thanks, Gambit.
Man, you know Henry Hill was super high.
One thing on going to court and getting to go to the army or go to jail. I wish we'd bring that back.
Yeah,
because
they did the same thing with brother Steve.
A lot of misguided young men could be saved by a good drill instructor.
Yep, my brother Steve was drug addict as well as a maker of drugs, and he did some fucked up shit one night, including throwing me across a room. And he got arrested, and the judge gave him a choice. You're going to jail or you're going in the military. And he chose the military. And then my dad turned to my mom and said, whatever you do, don't sign him up in the Marines. I don't advise the Army because he will go to Vietnam if he's in the Marines. He's got a 50-50 chance of not going to Vietnam in the Army.
No,
sign him up in the Navy.
The
sign him up into the Navy or the Air Force. Don't do the Marines. My mom takes him to the shopping mall and goes into the recruiter's office, gets him signed up, came back and told my dad, I signed him up in the Marines because I really like their uniforms. Quote, end quote.
You know what? Back to the movie. You have to be super high to pick Debbie Mezzer over fucking Lorraine Bracco. What the fuck?
I mean, you're not wrong.
Right?
Nah, I'm kind of a Debbie Mezzer guy all my life.
And not on coke yet, though, right? That comes later.
I hated her for her hair. Also, her accent is really annoying.
Nah, Lorraine Bracco all the way.
Well, I thought these people are crazy, and then coke entered the game. Jesus. It spiraled.
Oh, no, they started crazy. The coke just brought out the problems.
Yeah.
Yep.
By the way, what I really like is
Henry Hill.
You can tell
viral.
You can tell what year we are in because time goes fast, kind of. You can tell what year we are in by the music they use, and I really like that.
Yeah.
Well, that's intentional.
Whenever they do a transitional scene, they play a song from that period in the transitional scene. Always. And it tells you where you are in time. And I love that. It's a really genius thing.
It is.
That's the opposite of what Monty Python does. It's like, it's 1845. It's a Wednesday, 12 p.m.
Well, yeah, that's just supposed to be funny.
Because it is. Getting your blood sugar up, Gary?
And PBFS is not wrong. Coke gave us some great movies, like most of canon films.
Also, to remind you, Frasier was so funny for years, as well as Cheers, because of cocaine.
Yeah. So, I mean, make Hollywood cocainated again.
Yeah, Lorraine played the shrink. And absolutely that would have got her and him killed. If they found out.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got an amazing soundtrack, man. And by the way, one of my favorite scenes is where you see them out to dinner and they got an actor playing Bobby Vinton on stage. But guess who that was playing Bobby Vinton?
Who was it?
Bobby Vinton himself?
No. His son, Robbie.
Oh, okay.
Who can also sing just like him. Is great.
So it's not Vic Damone, it's Vic Damone Jr.
Yeah, Junior. I love the scene with Jimmy smoking his cigar at the bar, and Sunshine of Your Love by Cream is playing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Learn from him. He's got fucking balls.
Hey, welcome, Sander Hammerschlag.
Hey,
Sander here.
Sander.
Hi, Sander. So Polly is based off a real person too, and his name was Polly. I forget what his last name is, but Polly. Okay, just to explain some of the interpersonal dynamics of this, Polly was banging Hill's wife regularly.
Yes,
they were having an affair for years, and it's one of the reasons why he took such a keen interest in something they don't show in the film is that Tommy tried to rape her.
Mm-hmm.
And that is when things fell apart between him and Polly because of that shit. And it wasn't because he cared about Henry Hill. He actually had feelings for Hill's wife.
And if I'm not mistaken, again, this is off of memory, I think there's that scene where Paulie tells Henry is like, stop dealing with that shit. It's like
cocaine
with
and
coke.
drugs. Yeah.
I think Paulie and Jimmy, like in the real people, actually did have a side business of dealing drugs, but Henry Hill was a fuck up. And if the mob, the big guys would have discovered his dealings, they would have probably, discovered Paulie's and Jimmy's side deal. So he told him to stop in real life. That conversation did happen, but the interest was nefarious.
And by the way, the real Hill is an ugly dude.
Oh, yes, he is.
Now, that looks like Spider. Is that Spider?
Yes.
Okay. That's fucked up what happened to that kid. That is fucked up.
And his only fault is that he's a bit slow as a waiter.
Yeah.
He's also a little slow mentally.
But
at the same time, he did not deserve what happened to him.
You should be aware enough not to tell Tommy to go fuck himself. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're right. But
it could also be something like Tourette's.
No, it was very intentional.
The original, I think in the original story, it didn't actually happen exactly like that, but he did kill some waiter off a rip that he talked back to him. He didn't say fuck you or something, but he did talk back to him, and he didn't shoot him in the foot. Their only exchange was that time where he killed him. And they, of course, got rid of it.
And as I recall, he emptied the gun into him.
Yeah. Yeah. he murdered that
Nasty
guy. But it was just the one time. It wasn't a progression thing. And the waiter didn't really talk. He didn't say fuck you, but he talked back to him. because he didn't really know him. It was a random place. It was just the kid didn't know where who he actually worked for. He didn't know who these guys are, and he talked back.
And
to
let's
him
be
because
honest, Pesci's not
an
scary.
Yeah, but
No,
everybody
or-
knows him. Everybody knows he's on Hinge.
Yeah.
For crying out loud.
But the kid,
He already has shooted him the foot. Shut your mouth around him.
he's too stupid for that. His brain doesn't work like that.
Guys,
Well-
I'll be back.
Okay. Are we paused for a reason, Gary?
No.
Yeah, I don't know. Gary too.
I didn't do it. I was going to say, if you want to talk about Tourette's, look
I
how
didn't
quickly,
do it.
the left turned on that poor guy.
Oh yeah, that was
Which
fucking
guy?
insane. Like everyone's known for decades that he's had Tourette's, and in fact, the reason he's at that award ceremony is the movie about him is to accept an award.
Yep.
And yeah, he said something inappropriate.
He repeated the N-word.
Yeah, like, but yeah,
Then two black guys come out. I can't remember what actors it was. come out to
Michael B.
present.
Jordan and somebody else.
That's who it was.
The other one.
And just kept saying the N-word. And it was,
But
you could hear it.
at the
You
same
could
time,
hear it
that's
on the
fucking
mics.
threats. Like,
So Jamie Foxx is so pissed at him.
well, Jamie Foxx is so pissed at him for a lot of things, or pissed at a lot of things. I just stopped listening to what he's saying.
Reed says everybody was warned beforehand too about the Tourette's, so that
Mhm.
just really sucks.
So this is just manufactured outrage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You're trying to cancel a guy with a mental disorder.
That
And
literally
Jamie
can't help
Foxx,
the shit that
here's
comes out
what
of his
Fox
mouth.
said. Jimmy Fox said that word wouldn't have come out of him if it wasn't already inside him. And I'm like, that's really fucking stupid. That's the same excuse for Mel Gibson when they say he clearly was a bad person and hated Jews in particular, that he hated Jews. And it's like, look, man, when you're drunk, you are dealing with the id. And the id is not the real you.
And also, a lot of the things he said in that interview are they've been proven to be true.
I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and look. I'm not sure what it is.
Oh no,
This is a crazy scene.
with the
So,
Epstein stuff. Like,
his
a lot of
wife
the shit he has
comes for a visit during prison. Okay,
that's a
and-
good scene, yeah.
and she looks in the names that have signed in, and there's one that came in to see him, and she looks over, and it's his girlfriend, the New Jersey bitch, and
Yeah, Debbie
oh my
Messer.
fucking God. She goes off on him, pulling drugs out. I'm not going to keep, basically muling this shit for you. She's coming here. And she's throwing it on the table. And the cop, senior guard, like turns away and walks away. Like, I do not want to be seeing this. It's fucking awesome.
Well, that's how you know they're on the take.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, yep, I didn't see nothing.
I'll be right back.
I don't know what Arnold is talking about here. I'm not sure I want to know.
I'm not sure I do either because I don't remember it.
I do. And it does.
Oh, okay.
The camera pans across the room, and there's one prisoner with his visitor, female, sucking his dick. And all you see is her head bobbing up and down.
At least it's female at this point in Hollywood. And
You do know this movie is over 30 years old, Pope.
Yeah, I know, but probably of age. But this is what I mean. Movies of this age were horrible in terms of showing what humans are capable of, but weren't, modern Hollywood.
Yeah, kind of ironic, Gambit.
No, it really is. I like what Sander has to say. Is Jamie Foxx defended Tarantino using the N-word in Django Unchained. So, you know what? You don't get to be hypocrite about it. Either it's offensive or it's fucking not.
That's not an addiction, Gambit.
Yeah, you're using the wrong word. It is a disorder.
Yeah.
Like stuttering. And they have no control over it. They can try certain medical treatments, but mostly it doesn't work. They
can try distracting methods when they feel like that they're getting out of control. But
it's called redirection. I've talked to you about this. Self-redirection.
And
I learned about that. It works sometimes.
That's the only therapy for it. There's no actual treatment. Because it's literally just your brain knows what you want to say, but we'll just switch over to the most socially unacceptable thing to say at that point.
Right.
Just randomly firing, I think.
No, apparently it's not random. Which is why it's so commonly either swear words or racial slurs. Is apparently your brain will just flip over to the most unacceptable thing to say in your mind and just trigger it.
Are we still on about the Tourette's?
Yes.
On and off.
Okay. I'll go back into my hidey hole.
Right. Well, they feel good. Well, I'm writing. I'm an artist. Anyway. Breaking news.
I'm on the show.
Oh
too.
no!
Get the fuck back out here.
No, Neil Sedaka is dead.
Oh no!
Love that guy, man. When I was a kid, one of my favorite pop songs was "Bad Blood" by Neil Sedaka. Great song. He's famous for the Calendar Girl song.
I never liked it anyway.
It's one of those catchy little 60s songs. I'm not a fan of it either, but I did like his attempt to get away from the straightforward pop. Some sufferers aren't even. Yeah, okay. We're moving on. Yeah, that prick. I know who you're talking about. The one who lied and falsified paperwork to do an interview with Princess Diana. What a prick. Yes, he did, apparently. According to the actual reports from the BBC. So, I mean, as much as the BBC is to be believed these days, and in this case, I think they can be, he actually said, fuck the Queen, to Queen Elizabeth II. God bless him.
Which, I mean, at a certain point, respect.
I always liked Queen Elizabeth, but yeah, I feel bad for the guy.
No,
right,
I mean, I do.
I want to move on.
Yeah, of course.
Where are we at now?
I'm trying to find out. It's so hard with that filter that we have to use now.
Oh, this is about the drugs right now. Because
can I come back in?
Yeah, you're here. Yeah, this is you're gonna get us all pinched.
Yeah, it's the point where it's after the Lufthansa thing. Jimmy told everybody not to buy anything big, and what they do, every single one of them is fucking trying to flaunt his money,
like buying houses and shit like that. Like,
because if you weren't paying attention, Henry Hill or his upbringing and how he got into the mob was a very generic story about how most of these guys actually made it into the mob. It's not just the fact that they were Italian. It's the fact that if you were an Italian boy from an Italian family that just did not fit in with everybody, that's how you got into the mob. It's exactly the kind of people they're looking for. So yeah, it's not surprising that finally when these guys get a whole bunch of money, they don't know what the fuck to do with it except
also,
for spending it and flashing it.
Argument on immigration, like, no, both the Irish and Italians caused massive fucking problems in our community and basically caused organized crime in a way we hadn't seen in ever.
Right.
So, yeah, no, I think this one fails as an argument on immigration.
So, let's see. I just saw something I wanted to point out. I like this one. Guy Fawkes loved the British monarchy.
I do love Guy Fawkes.
By the way, hi, E. Clay. How you doing today, man?
I also do have a lot of respect for the British monarchy. I mean, for the crown of England, not the Windsor family. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, the Peaky Blinders, just part of, the Irish mob there in England. Good series. I'm glad they're doing a movie. They're finally doing the theatrical movie. Yes.
Good. I wish they would, because, I mean, Cillian Murphy is perfect in it, and also it accurately portrays some of the shady shit that was going on behind the scenes.
Yep. And where we're at in the movie is wartime with Germany and Britain.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna have to do with the black shirt.
Literally calls him into his office and he just goes, "Keep your fucking boys in line, or I'll have to." And that's one of those. That's your warning. When the Prime Minister of England just goes, "Hey, guess what? I know what you're doing. Stop doing it."
You lost me. What? Why are we talking about England?
It got brought up about the Tourette's guy.
No, Peaky Blinders. Sorry.
Yeah, let's drop that already, please.
Alrighty.
There's a point where he tells him he's gonna get made, and all Jimmy can think about is, oh, how much money we're gonna fucking do. And when Jimmy gets annoyed and destroys that phone booth, it's not just his friend getting whacked. It's his sort of meal ticket too. So he's emotionally mad, but he's also logically mad.
Well, it's not
logically mad is interesting.
Yes, because he just lost a bunch of money or an opportunity to make a whole bunch of money.
Well, I mean, if I remember the movie correctly, I haven't seen it for a couple of years. That scene with the phone booth, he's going in to get made.
Yes. That's what I'm saying.
Other two,
Tommy comes in and tells Jimmy, I'm going to get made. Jimmy's so happy, grabs him in the face.
The other two are never going to get made.
No, because they can't. They're not Sicilian.
Or they're not Italian.
They're not Sicilian.
Yeah, true.
You can't get made to a Sicilian mob family if you're not Sicilian.
Yep. But that's the problem.
Yes, but
not that he gets killed there, because he doesn't.
The fact that they're associated with the made man opens up business opportunities for them that they wouldn't have any access to,
but
because
neither of them gets killed there, which is what you just said.
Pope.
Sorry.
When Jimmy in the movie, when he is upset in the phone booth and wrecks the phone booth, he gets the call that Tommy's dead. He cries.
Yeah, no, you're right. Those
He
happen
cries
consecutively, yeah.
because he lost a friend, and he is pissed because he lost a huge business opportunity. Just for the association with a made guy.
Yeah. And by the way, Clay, I don't agree with you even in the slightest. I loved Peaky Blinders all the way to the end with the destruction of everything around him. And now you get to see what he does to come back. So I like that. They can't be made because they're both half Irish. That's right. You have to be whole Sicilian. They have to be able to trace your family back to a certain period. And that's the only way. It's more or less a good film to watch.
You know, we could make certain other policies like that.
This is what gets him killed. This character, the weirdest looking guy in the world, Frank Severo, Frankie Carbone, or Frankie Carbone. He gets smoked, but the odd thing is he actually got smoked later while Jimmy was in prison, not during this wipeout where they start killing everybody involved. And I was like, the only reason that they did this was because they needed a flow of bodies. And so they added him into it. But he wasn't killed that way. The way he got killed was, I can't even remember, but it was different than this. It was another member of the gang who got killed and put in a freezer and was frozen into a human meat sickle.
And I don't remember if it was either the guy who was actually hanged as a meat freezer or Frankie Carbone or both. Didn't really have anything to do with the Lufthansa thing. It was just a series of bodies. Some of them were the Lufthansa heist guys, and some of them were not. There was just paybacks and by the way, we hate this guy too. Let's just whack him as well.
Have you met America's aggression response yet? You were around the guy that just pissed us off?
It's not that they were around. They were look, in the mob.
They were in the general area when he was killed.
They always had people that they wanted to whack, but he just makes too much money. But
I'm going to explain this to you as a United States Marine. If we have an opportunity to whack somebody and they have civilian casualties around them, well, that's going to go into a calculator as acceptable or not. And if it is, we're sending one of the knife missiles in. And if it's not, we're going to wait until you're not around, until family's not around.
Right. Okay, so I want to tell what really happened to this guy. So Frankie Carbone in the film was Angelo Seppi. And Seppi left when everything broke up. He left and ended up trying to basically become a low-level criminal on his own with drugs. And because he was doing that on the turf for the Lucchese family, they didn't want to invite him back in. He tried to get back in. They wouldn't let him back in. And instead, they killed him. And it was a different situation. It was because they felt he was fucking around on their territory selling drugs and stealing drugs. And some of the drugs he was stealing was Lucchese drugs. So there you go.
I'm just going to go with the originalist argument of, you know what? When New York was all Anglo and Irish Scots and Dutch and Danish, there wasn't this problem.
There's always crime when there's money to be had.
For hundreds of years, there wasn't a drug
always
problem.
Crime when there's money to be had. Always.
Yep. By the way,
have
a
you
good
seen
mention
Gangs
by
of New York?
11 Alpha talking about the Night of the Long Knives, which is a really good example of what the Lucchese's were doing when they killed all those people. Good comparison, Alpha.
And it works well within the confines of the movie. If you want to structure a movie in a specific way, and you're like, it's already been set up with Jimmy being annoyed with everybody there that they're spending too much money. So there's a sort of a reason that is put in the audience's heads for what is about to happen. They just they needed one last trigger. And one last trigger is the fucking Klugelman guy. That's what set it off. In the movie,
weak guy.
In the movie, not in real life.
Okay, here's one body being found right now in the trash. And then we're going to get to the scene. Oh, the truck scene with Karen is fucking scary. Because it's clear Jimmy's intending to kill her.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because she starts walking down towards that trailer and he goes, no, to the right, into that building. She sees people in there. And one guy says as she walks up, hey, we need to put this up here to block the window.
Yeah, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's one of those things that...
the compressor.
I think that the Karen thing was something that really happened, and it was because Henry Hill owed Jimmy some money. Not because of this whole thing where it's tied in together with, they're just getting rid of all the Lufthansa heist.
And just to let you know, when Jimmy was going to send him down to Florida, the guy that was supposed to kill him is Frankie Carbone, or the real guy. He was supposed to kill him. And that's something they left out of the film, too, in order to have Carbone's death in the freezer.
Oh, that was brutal. Took them 2 days to thaw him out enough.
Yep, human popsicle or meatsicle. German
Including
Americans
cigarette.
seem to be the only immigrant group to not have their own mob, too. Well, we're not going to count the one from the 30s and 40s.
And also 11 Alpha, I would also see your bullshit and raise you the entire Midwest.
Well, you have the Amish Mafia, which is associated to...
No, the Amish is up in Pennsylvania. The entire Midwest was settled by German.
You know we have Amish in the Midwest. There's Amish here.
I'm talking overall generalities. The entire Midwest was settled by German and Scandinavian migrants.
There it is. That's Tommy's death. And he when he walks in the door, I love that he says that line, realizing, oh, there's no mobsters here. Oh, fuck. And he knows he's about to get whacked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing about Gotti is unconfirmed rumors. And when they mention, oh, this is unconfirmed rumors, and they wink really hard.
Because they fucking knew. That was Gotti that walked him in that fucking room. There were two guys, and Gotti was one of them. And it's said and these guys, you can trust what they said. Gotti put the bullet in his head. Mm-hmm. And he didn't just shoot him once. He did the typical 2 to the body, 1 to the head. But then they disposed of his body, which is so weird.
Was it? I don't remember if they actually did find him or not.
No, they never found him.
Never found him, right?
They never found the body. Yep.
They never found Maury. They never found Tommy.
They
the
found
real Maury.
Just enough physical evidence to convict Dottie. And I don't know that they ever looked further into it.
What, into Tommy's death?
No, into the other deaths that were related to his family.
And by the way, I want to tell you guys, and this is something really cool about Springfield. A lot of really cool historical things about this fucking city and area. John Gotti died right here. He was at the medical prison in Springfield, Missouri when he died. There's the kid. The kid here in the wheelchair is the actor that was, he's also in the Goodfellas, or not Goodfellas, I'm sorry. He's in The Sopranos, and he was also on that series, 5 seasons it got, 5 seasons, Grounded for Life. And he was funny as shit because he's the only real Italian-looking guy in the whole show, and it's like he's family. And I'm like, man, everybody else looks like they're fucking Swedish or Irish.
Because it was probably filmed in the Midwest, and well.
Hey, Anima, what was the thing I pointed out that to notice in this scene with him when he takes this pill? Henry Hill's
I don't
character.
remember.
No eyeliner. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
It was just his natural eyelashes.
And they make him look like shit.
Yeah, put rings under his eye, and he was kind of ash in color.
Yeah, to make him super pale and sweaty.
Yeah, diaphoretic is what we'd refer to that as in the medical field. It's a very specific kind of schwitzing. There's a Yiddish word for you there, Mav. Schwitzing.
But he's not sweaty because he's hot. He's sweaty because he's sick. It's cold sweat.
No, he's sweaty because he took a lot of fucking coke.
Yeah, he is coked up, and then the guy gives him 10 milligrams of fucking Valium. The guy's high on coke, and I'm like, yeah, good luck with that. He's just gonna sleep through his high. There are Mennonites here too, Alpha. In fact, the first time I ever met a Mennonite was right here, and I went to Walmart, and I heard some movement behind me, and I turned, and it was a husband and wife dressed like they were Amish. And I went, oh, the Amish shop here. And then my eyes dropped down, and he's wearing Michael Jordan shoes.
And what I'm saying is,
and I said,
I've never seen Mennonite. I've never seen Mennonite communities west of us.
Okay, so what I said is I was there with my ex-wife, and I said, man, the Amish here are weird. And I had to be told that, no, they're not Amish, they're Mennonites. And I went, what's Mennonite? I didn't even know what one was. And she says, this is back 97, 98. And she goes, Mennonites, they're like Amish light. And I went, oh, and that's all I've called them since, Amish light.
What color nut are they?
We had a terrible run-in with one of them, by the way. They had a mentally handicapped one on the Amish property, and all the kids had to go on the highway just for a short jaunt that went right past this farm, Amish farm. And this guy would climb up on the fucking barn roof and moon these kids, balls and all, when they would go to school. Till one day, after he'd been arrested several times and returned back to the Amish, they said, you better get a lockdown on him. And it seemed okay for a while. And then all of a sudden he's up on top of there and he's fucking spanking it as they go by. That's when I got involved with the situation and had to talk to the cops going, man, I don't know why that kid's seeing
I
that
think
shit.
I agree with most of the Christian nationalists on this one is that you get a certain number of public order offenses and then you just get shot because you're just an inconvenience to everyone else.
Bye, Mennonites.
I mean, at that point, you're just an inconvenience to everyone else around you.
I want to apologize, Gambit. I don't know why, because everybody's told me how good it is. I've never watched The Wire, and I
I do. And he's not a bad actor. He's great. But he's uncovering the corruption of the Baltimore police department.
All right. We are now hitting the scenes where he starts seeing the helicopters following him. And he is so fucking paranoid on cocaine that people don't believe him. His wife doesn't believe him.
Well, she's high herself.
Well, yeah.
They're all fucking high. And this is, and I'm like, when we watch this, I said, sweetheart, when we get to the third act, imagine all this insanity and then insert cocaine. Imagine how off the rails is. And she's like, oh, I'm ready to watch this. And it's fucking, it's crazy. It's so crazy. I mean, it's nuttier than squirrel turds, the third act of this movie. And it is just so wonderful to watch. To see this guy's mind unwinding on camera the way he does. And eventually he finds out, he says, I was so paranoid that it was the feds, I never even considered the fact that it was the New York police looking for me. Because that's who arrests him.
Yep.
And it's Bo Dietl, like I said, the guy that yells, freeze, motherfucker. That is Bo Dietl. And he's an incredible cop, man. I love watching interviews with that guy. Is he still alive? Bo Dietl. There he is, Bo Dietl. He is still alive. Look at that. He still does a lot of TV interviews. You'll catch him every once in a while on news shows in particular, where they need to ask questions about law enforcement. The Wire is like The Shield. I love The Shield, by the way. Groundbreaking in its time, the kind of average if you watch it today. Oh, because of other films that have pretty much put it in the dust. I still would like to watch it because a lot of the actors in there, I really dig them. Henry Hill had a shop on Bacalacadaca Street. Is Martin even here anymore?
Yes, I am.
Don't think so.
Yeah, he is.
No, he is. So,
okay,
Martin,
here we go.
I've got 5 terrorists going southeast on Bacalacadaca Street.
So there you go.
Did he come in? Just very patient today.
Oh. All right, guys, I'm fading away here, so I'm gonna go to sleep. All right.
Alrighty, buddy. I'll see you later.
guys
Thanks
finish
for
the
hanging
show,
out.
And
Good night.
I'll try to make the redirect work tomorrow. I don't know what happened last week.
Well,
but,
YouTube is fucking around. Don't worry.
I know. The regular finding out and fucking around. All right.
Exactly.
See everybody. Good night.
Bye.
Have
See you,
a good
brother.
time.
See ya.
All right. I agree with you. Boardwalk Empire was one of my favorite mob shows on TV. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed The Sopranos. I really did. But Boardwalk Empire was a better film, better show.
Period mod piece of what it looked like back then. Because organized crime has always been a thing.
Well, that's what the Cowboys were. And they talked about that in the movie Tombstone.
Not the Cowboys, but the bandits that robbed them. Yeah, sure.
No, the Cowboys. The Cowboys. The ones that they feature in the film Tombstone, which they were called the Cowboys. They wore red sash. Not necessarily on the
that
leg.
specific gang.
They were that town's fucking organized crime unit.
But I meant more overall.
Henry is going Meshuggah with the Coke.
Most Cowboys, like probably 95% of them, were straight up and down guys just looking for a job. And probably 5% of them were assholes looking to take a score. Unfortunately,
Okay, he's starting to get mascara again around his eyes. Starting to clean up.
Well, she flushed everything down the toilet. She's forcing him to clean up.
The longer it went, the worse BE got, in my opinion. It started strong but declined significantly. I kind of tuned out, I think, in the third or fourth season. Michael Shannon's character, and then they brought in the dude with the mask to cover his scarred face from the war. It just started getting a little odd for me. But I did like at least the first 3 seasons of that show. And it's kind of like that with a lot of TV shows. Who knew barbed wire brought down the Cowboys? I'm doing like a dog looking at your face. Like, I'm not totally understanding that one. The assholes for life. Yeah, this is a scene we were talking about a little bit ago, that she thought that, Jimmy was looking out for her, but Jimmy's not. Jimmy's looking out for Jimmy.
Yep.
And he's going to walk her into an ambush and where they're going to fucking kill her and she's going to disappear.
And she starts getting suspicious the moment he stops walking with her and just looks after her. And thankfully, she listens to her gut feeling and has her car right there. That was close.
Well, the last line of the fucking movie is hilarious. He looks at the audience, breaking the fourth wall. He does it 3 times in the film, breaks the fourth wall, and announces that now I'm just like I'm just a schnook like the rest of you. And I like that. Looks right at the audience when he says it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I avoid those things, dude. Was that Charlie Cox?
No,
I didn't know that was Charlie Cox.
I wish I could help you with stuff like that, but I know so little. The other 2 guys here are apparently asleep.
That's fucking Charlie Cox. Holy shit. I never recognized him. He played the character Richard Harrow. And hold on. No, that is not him. He has a shootout with him. Charlie Cox played Owen Slater. Man, I watched that and I don't remember that.
How long ago did you watch that?
I watched it when it was on. So a while ago. And I didn't know who the fuck Charlie Cox was at that point.
Hey, we have another new viewer, Wise Guy 99. Welcome.
Welcome.
Hey, what's up, man? And by the way, Parrot, it's good to see you, man. I hate saying this, but no, that wasn't Charlie Cox. It was another actor, but he was in the show. That's wild.
Well, maybe they look similar or something.
Well, I think he ends up in a shootout with him at some point because I saw an image of him and the dude in the same scene. The dude with the mask. Yeah, that dude was kind of creepy because of the mask. The way he offed a guy, the way he whacked a guy, the way he whacked off a guy. Yeah, it does not want to work again. I have to use the lower copy.
What do you mean a lower copy?
Is that celebrity? No, it's just Ted Danson. No, just Ted Danson.
What guy?
So this is a great scene because it starts out with him identifying Polly and Jimmy. And then as he's delivering his response to a question, he stands up and he's looking right at us, the audience, talk to us right here, telling what happens and all this stuff and how his marriage fell apart.
Summing up the movie for us, basically. And I like breaking up the fourth wall when it's well done.
And this is it right here. This great fucking moment where he looks at us and says, "I'm just like you now. Just another schnook." And then it breaks down all the stuff that was available at the time, which, Jimmy was still alive when this movie was made. He died 5 years late or 6 years later.
Can we talk about how he ordered spaghetti marinara and all he got was egg noodles with ketchup?
Yep.
That's how remote he lives now. He's fucked. Off to the kitchen, my dude.
I think Karen got sick of it. I got to be stuck with this guy for eternity. I mean, we did say I do, but yeah, she got tired of it. Jimmy died in prison too, so they don't show.
I mean, they go in for a long time and probably don't live the healthiest life in there.
Ah, now I remember him in the show. Thank you, Parrot Head. Thank you. Jack Houston, grandson of John Houston and nephew of Angelica Houston, played Richard Harrow. I know who that is now. Thanks, man. I appreciate that, Alpha. Thank you. So again, I want to talk to you about this. I want to make sure I get the right one. I'm going to share the screen. Present, share screen. I'm trying to do it with my hand shaking. That's ridiculous, man.
Well, good luck with that.
There you go. This is Michael Franzese. I love his channel, and I watch all of his fucking videos, especially when he does mob movie breakdown or TV shows. Really good reviews. He does solid reviews, man. Sharp dude, cleaned up his act, has his own business selling booze. And he also does TED Talk type things. He's a speaker and he goes places. He also is a minister and does his ministry thing and talks about his faith. Pretty much every show he talks about his faith and how it saved him from that life of violence. Yeah, Goodfellas is just a great film. Doing it as a slideshow is just not worth it. But it allows us to see where we're going, even though it's harder and harder for us to see where we're at in a movie.
With that filter, yeah.
Because we have to use that fucking paint filter. Because YouTube is fucking run by, AI robot assholes. Yes, absolutely, Gambit. Absolutely. A great educator. He really teaches you about life. And he's got such a great outlook about how you should live your life. But I got to tell you guys, if you want to see a feud, go back on YouTube and look at the feud between Michael Franzese and the Bull. Forget his full name. Mobster called the Bull. Sammy, is it? Yeah, Sammy the Bull Gravano. Absolutely. They kind of had disagreements and they ended up talking it out on a YouTube stream. And I mean, it's intense, man. It's intense.
Hale, we already have done the Maltese Falcon. The chief did it.
Yeah, a while ago.
I don't recall if we have done it. Casablanca, I'm not sure.
We've done silent movies from the 30s. Of course, we're doing old movies.
Casablanca, that means black house, right?
Yeah.
Yes, Gary. Yes.
Hope, are you okay?
Sorry, had to go deal with something for a second, but I'm back.
Okay, buddy.
It sounded like you were getting mugged or something.
Oh no, trust me, if there would be mugged, there would be a much.
There would be gunshots. We would have heard gunshots.
At least 2 of them.
Yeah, Casablanca's White House.
My grandfather taught me right. Anything worth shooting once is worth shooting twice.
My daddy taught me to eat anything I kill.
Ew.
Oh.
No, that's not good advice.
I'm looking up Maltese Falcon right now to see if we did it.
We did it.
I think that.
I guarantee you, we did it.
Yeah, we did. Nope, the chief did it. We did.
We
not.
did too. We did
No.
too. Yes.
No.
I remember watching it and learning about it with you.
Yeah, but we didn't do it.
You and I watched a lot of films that we haven't done yet. But
there was talk about doing it.
There's always talk.
Oh.
So here you
Kinky.
go.
Oh, shut up. Too tired to fuck around, Martin.
Yeah, you're not the one drinking, so it's okay. Oh, I shot across his bow. He didn't say a fucking thing. Share screen.
I'm not sure who you're talking to.
All right, there we go. I'll show this one. There we are. There it is. That's the only one that's been done is his coverage of the Maltese Falcon. And we really need to do it because that is a great film, man. I love John Huston. John Huston is one of my favorite directors of all time. He's in my top 10 list. So there we go, guys. That was that. Double tap because anything worth doing is worth doing twice. I agree with you, buddy. Sammy Vince on Michael for being oblivious to 90 murders. Is that what that was all about? Because I never got a chance to watch the whole thing. I watched the opening and I'm like, I'm going to have to come back to this sometime. And I just never gotten to go back. The opening itself was fucking amazing. And Michael calls bullshit on that. That's what I like about him. He's blunt and to the point, man. He doesn't fuck around. He's even talking to mobsters, other mobsters. He doesn't fuck around. The chief has already discussed. Yeah, we're going to do it, though. We'll do it. Take care, every human. You too, buddy. I wonder if he wants to talk about Little Caesar.
Oh.
I like that movie. I do.
Yep.
I'm a big fan of Little Caesar. Edward G. Robinson is a great fucking actor. The sad thing is playing Little Caesar got him typecast. And he's a far more better actor than what Hollywood treated him as. That's why I even though he's kind of a gangster again, I love when John Huston brought him in for Key Largo. What a great movie. And he's like so intense in that movie as the gangster. So I want to say thanks to everybody. I want to thank Snorty, Penny, Gambit, Slasher Fred, Davey Dredd, D. Bud Martin, Pope, Metallicus, James Jameson, Shirley Levasseur, Babatunji, John Whitaker, Connor Hayes, and let's see who else popped in after that. That's Ann Run, Vinkman's Girl, Read by Nature, Salgallo, 1453, 11 Alpha, Anthony Manzano, Helen Place, Sander Hammerschlag, E. Clay Thomason, Parrot Head, and Wise Guy 99. Wise Guy, I hope you subscribe, man. Hope you come back because we're going to do some more movies down the line. But in fact, tomorrow, the other Joe Pesci film we're going to be doing is Lethal Weapon 3. Because
I'm looking forward to
he almost became as big as fucking Mel Gibson in the franchise.
Almost.
People loved him in those two movies. So, and looking like he's going to come back for the 5th film too, because he's a grandpa now, So, but we're going to get out of here, guys. Everybody have a great day today. Thanks for being here, Pope. I want to thank Mephisto for being here. And of course, thank you to Anima Confucia and Martin Acosta Santana for doing all that they do for this show. So I'll say it now. Bye.
Bye.
See you tomorrow. You can say bye, Pope.
Bye, everybody.
All right, bye.